Hello guys, so I'm making finally my YouTube channel. So this is my very first video that I'm making, so it is like, kind of weird and different, but I've been getting a lot of people asking me, to make a YouTube channel, primarily to focus on yoga, and I've been wanting to, I just haven't really put the time into it. So I thought, fuck it, now or never kind of thing. So yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I thought this video would just be a good introductory about who I am as a person, the things that I'm into, some pretty common yoga questions that I get. So yeah, here we go. So I got into yoga about 3.5 to 4 years ago. It was right around the time that I just moved to Harrisburg from Minersville, and the reason why we moved is because my brother Brett, I know some of you know who he is, but he had died in a car accident on the turnpike in 2016. So I was just transitioning, to moving, and I got my job at the grocery store right down the street from me. And my coworker, I met her in the bakery where I was working at, and she was training me for like every position that I was doing. And we got talking, and she was telling me that she does yoga, and I was like, every time I think of yoga, it always reminds me of I don't know, old women or people doing really just unimportant things, just sitting there and stuff like that. And I was just like, you don't think of anything really exciting going on when you think of yoga. And she kind of showed me her page and what she does, and the people that she follows and stuff like that. And that's when I really got into it. And at first it turned into something physical and new and exciting, but then over time it helped become my outlet for a lot of the feelings that I had and didn't really know how to release them or express them or whatever, due to my brother's accident. So it really helped me in that sense. I found so much about myself through it. I feel like ever since I started doing it, I've been a new person in a sense. I don't know. I got a lot more spiritual, got me into a lot more things. And I mean, even now, I'm learning something new through it every time I practice, whether it be, through the asanas and the physical sense of it, or the more mental, spiritual sense of it. Because I have definitely had personal practices where I just broke down and started crying after a certain pose or a certain flow that I did that day, just because that was my body releasing the emotions that it had in it. So yeah, that's what really got me started. And a special thanks to the girl that, or the woman I should say, that helped me get into it and kind of led the way to it. You know who you are. But anyways, so recently I started teaching it one-on-one with people around the area. I'm not certified, not yet. Last fall I tried to get certified and stuff like that, and I was almost there. I was about halfway there, and I've had a lot of things come up that prevented me or that influenced me to not be able to come. to like the classes, so I decided that I'd just do it either this year or next year, because I'm also trying to pursue my personal trainer certification. And right now that's a little bit more attainable in the financial sense than my yoga certification, but I will definitely get certified. But I still teach. I believe that I'm very knowledgeable on a good majority of yoga. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert, by no means. Like I said, I learn something new every day about it, whether I, see it from other teachers or that I experience myself. But yeah, so, I don't really know any other questions that people ask me about it, but yeah. So on this page, I was hoping to or on this channel, I was hoping to ask you guys, what do you want to see? Okay, and the most answer, or the people that answer with the same, response, I should say, that's what my second video will be, but my first yoga video. And I will have to apologize beforehand because it may be a little different. Like, I may have to videotape myself doing it and then just do a voiceover of me explaining what I'm doing, and almost like if I was talking while I was doing the flow, because I don't think being outside where I want to do it and record is gonna allow me to have my voice loud on the video. So I just want to make sure you guys hear me, because I know that being able to see it is important, but also I know talking about it and trying to give mental visuals or stuff like that is also very important to some people, so you don't have to keep looking up at your screen. At least that's the goal when teaching, in my opinion, for me. So yeah, if you want to, you guys can leave a comment below the video, or you can message me on Instagram or on Facebook about what you would like to see, and then we'll just go from there. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to say a few things about myself, what I'm into. Like I said before, I always tell people I'm probably one of the biggest hippies that you will meet, and I really mean that. But so I'm into a wide variety of things, in my opinion. A lot of it is based on spirituality. I wouldn't call myself religious. And I know this is really cheesy to say because I hear a lot of people say it and I see a lot of memes about it, but I believe in myself and I believe in the universe. And that's really about it, the soul, the human soul, and stuff like that. So yeah. So I have a bunch of crystals. I love crystals. I've been acquiring quite a few of them over the past few years. They're all kept in this little box that's got eyes on it and stuff like that. But some of my favorites, because why the fuck not? This one. This is a amethyst spirit quartz. Really fucking beautiful. Such a beautiful piece. A lot of these I got at Saturday's Market too, for really cheap. So just so you guys know, if you're in the area, which I know most of you will be, cheap crystals at Saturday's Market. Except for this one though. This one was $35. Yeah, just for this one little piece. This is a manifestation quartz. So it is a valuable one. But yeah, this one was a little bit more pricey. I think this is the most that I paid for a crystal. So yeah, my selenite rose. I love these. I love selenite. I have a selenite tower too. My boyfriend got me this. $7. Not bad. Really I love that one. ass amethyst, because why not? It's pretty, you can fit it in your palm. I like to put it on my face. But yeah, I really like this one too, because you can stand it up, you know, like this. And I always like view it as like a projection kind of thing, like it's just pushing all of its energy in that direction. So I like to put that around like my altar and things like that whenever I do rituals, which I will be doing tonight because today's the full moon. I don't know if you guys saw it the night before, but it was fucking beautiful. It was low and it was like orange and it was like, ooh, like look at that moon. Oh god, you know, I really love all of them. I don't have all of them here right now because they're like in the room too, but these are just a few of what I love the most and what I use a lot. I don't think I showed you this too. This is like a protection triangle stones. I don't know, there's a name for it. I forget what it is. My mom got me this. She has one. All I know is that I really love the look and like I just love the whole thing and what it does and everything like that. I like Buddhism. That's what also helped me start getting on my, you know, spiritual journey, if you wish to call it that. You know, learning about Buddhism. I wouldn't call myself a Buddhist anymore. I used to, but I wouldn't now. I do use the guidelines though. Like, I mean, I use the whole religion as like guidelines, you know, and stuff like that. So I think Buddhism is a good religion, honestly. But it also got me into elephants. Elephants are one of my favorite animals. I love elephants. In Buddhism, they symbolize mental health, mental clarity, and elephants in general are they're very strong animals. They're able to just, you know, push through the obstacles that they have in their life, no matter what it is. And they're very compassionate. I mean, I know we have all heard stories about elephants and how, you know, compassionate they are and loving and, you know, sensitive and emotional and stuff like that. And, man, elephants are good. Elephants are good energy. And ironically enough, or maybe not so ironically, I don't know if I'm using that word properly right now, but it doesn't matter. My deck that I have, that I use, my tarot, or I don't know if I would call this a tarot. Oracle cards, something like that. I don't know. My deck of cards that I use, my spirit animal that came out was an elephant. It's also a fire element, which is, you know, even more crazy because I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarius, for those who don't know and wish to know. I'm a Sagittarius and a double Virgo. So I've got fire and double earth in me, which makes total sense in my opinion. Although I wish I can tap into that earth energy more often. I can be very fiery and, believe it or not, like aggressive and stubborn. A lot of people don't see it, but I am that way sometimes. You know, I can also be very blunt and tell you what the fuck is up. I also I like to be very honest with like my friends and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways, and just a little side note about this deck is that I did a reading before I started the video, and I got fish and camel, fire and water, balance. I think that's very important. You know, fire, water, balance. Have some balance. Fish is all about, I wouldn't really say going with the flow, because that could also lead to being lost, you know, if you just go wherever. But I mean, I also do believe in like go with the flow, like, you know, some things just happen. Excuse me. Some things just happen. There's nothing you can really do about it. You know what I mean? But fish also reminds me of, you know, the lunar forces and stuff like that. Being in touch with the moon and having a strong connection with it. And also movement, you know, making ripples that can turn into waves, kind of thing. And then camel, you know, they're very independent, they're strong-willed, they know, you know, who they are, and I don't know if people know this, but camels, you know, well, obviously some people know this, but not everybody. Camels store water, I guess, in their humps, so it can keep them cool, you know, through the desert and stuff like that, because they do take long, you know, trips and journeys through the desert. So it's also about, you know, when you are being fiery, to tap into, you know, the cooler parts of you. Remember to, you know, cool down and relax, maybe not be so serious, or to maybe not get so angry at something that's not really worth that kind of energy to begin with. So yeah, very good cards. Very good cards. And feathers. I'm into feathers. I like to collect feathers. I found this big ass turkey vulture feather not too long ago, and I thought it was just fucking beautiful. Like, look how big this feather is. Like, holy shit. And this is probably isn't even like, you know, the biggest feather on that mofo. So that's pretty cool. And vultures are very, like, you know, I see them as very powerful birds. But I also, you know, vultures are a symbol of purifying as well, you know, because they are the scavengers of the world. They're part of the, you know, they are scavengers. But they clean up, you know, they help clean up some things. They eat the roadkill, and they eat, you know, just the decomposing things, and it's just also kind of beautiful how it, you know, symbolizes just the cycle of life, you know? And, like, you know, one animal's death can be life for another animal, kind of thing. So yeah, I really like vultures. And then I got this crow feather. Drastically smaller than this one. But crows are very spiritual too. They're messengers from the divinity. Very intelligent birds, very watchful. It's almost like, hey, look out for all the signs that I'm trying to send you, kind of thing. Listen to your intuition. The universe has been giving you signs. Have you been watching them? You know? And then I don't know if you can kind of see, like, the color in there, but this is from a grackle. They look like black birds, but they have like a iridescent, I guess would be the word, like a blue kind of shimmery color, like when their feathers hit the right way in the light. Not really sure what the symbolization for grackles are. They're very aggressive. I know that just from watching them. They're very aggressive. But other than that, like, I'm not really sure, you know, like, I don't know too much about that bird. I just learned about that bird this year. So, you know, I'm working on it. But I've also collected, like, blue jay feathers, cardinal feathers, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Trying to think what else is very important, but I don't think it is. And this video is 20 minutes long, so I think I'm gonna cut it here. But, like I said before, if you guys want to know, like, well, yeah, if you guys want to know, like, you know, certain things to do in yoga, or like how to do things and stuff like that, let me know what you want to learn in the comments or on my page, you know, on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you wish to do, or you can message me if you have my number. And then we will go from there, and I will post my next yoga video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this probably awful first video, but whatever, you know, like, it's better to do it now than never, and I'm doing it. Here I am, getting the shit done, getting out there, trying on these new feather fucking earrings today, because why the fuck not? So yeah, see ya.